So I'm talking to John Beerman, who is an exceptionally fine art painter living in Hillsborough, North Carolina. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Um, looking at your work, John, I feel I'm exploring the landscape of the promised land toward which we've always been walking. You
Oh.
know, your oil depicted landscapes of America, I don't think they could be anywhere else. Yet they're like nothing we've ever seen, though we recognize them immediately.
Hmm.
Seeing them from now on, one would be colored by your immense craftsmanship, the land herself in layers of earth, vegetation, wind, sunlight, layered here on the canvases. And, finally, for those lucky enough to own some of your work, I think it would create a corner of peace and revelation in that home in which you're living. I had a thought when I was thinking about how I was going to talk to you about this introduction. It finally came to me because I was looking at your work online. Standing in front of one of these pictures, I do feel myself to be utterly my best self. So,
Oh.
with that, tell me, how did you get started in this work? Like, what brought you to painting? How did you get into it?
Well, first, thank you, Donato. That was such a beautiful, beautiful thing you had to say about my work. I appreciate that very much. How did I get involved with this? Well, I happen to be right now up in the mountains of North Carolina, and this is where I kind of attribute my beginning to my painting. My grandparents had a cottage up here, and as a child I used to come up here, and I had an uncle who was an amateur Sunday painter, and I used to watch him. And this was back before this was before cable TV and all that. So there was no TV up there. And I think to occupy myself, I just started to, my mom gave me pastels and stuff, and I must have been about 4 or 5, and I just started working. And I think that's where it started.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they just continued from then. So,
Yeah.